316 means only one thing, my gorgeous Capricornius, okay? At around the beginning of this week, you are going to have, such an important and exciting message. So what this important and exciting message is going to be all about? Well, it's about you becoming so excited because you're going to become aware of this reunion. And of course it depends, who exactly you're gonna have this reunion with, but whoever this is, it is indeed the right person to meet up with. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. Why? Because something major, something so great, it's actually going to come out of it. There is something you're gonna hear, there is something you're gonna find out, and you will realize exactly what do you need to do when it comes to resolving one of the biggest problems of your entire life, something that you have been struggling with, something that you have been dealing with for a very long time indeed. It's about to be resolved overnight. Absolutely brilliant. This in itself, it's not only gonna be resolved, immediately, but it's also gonna lead towards you having such an important and personal victory, where suddenly you are also gonna realize how great you are at something really, really specific that you have been maybe neglecting about yourself, and now this is gonna be highlighted, and it's going to be your sign to take this on the next level. Before you do that, you're gonna need to explore and explore further, but there is also a brand new subject which you are gonna become very interested in. Is going to come out of it as well. This is the path of this this is the part of this beautiful path you're gonna find yourself at, which is going to reflect on your life in the best possible way. It is something which is going to feel really surprising and really magical at the same time. Why? Because my gorgeous Capricornius, believe me or not, you have been prepared for this for a very long time. This hasn't been obvious right now, but as the time goes by, this in itself is going to become more evident and more evident and more evident. There are lots of signs and synchronicities you are going to have around this subject, but also the moment in time you realize all this, there are also lots of deja vus you are going to have, and you will realize like, oh my God, I've never had so many deja vus in my entire life. And this is really kind of going to make you realize that you are pretty much so entering such an interesting stage of your life. And the best things happen when they are completely unplanned, my gorgeous Capricornius, and this is most certainly going to be one of them. And there is also going to be this beautiful person in your life you are going to be so proud of. It is a younger spirit. I've seen this person before. It's either this younger spirit, like somebody who's literally physically younger, like me. No, I'm joking. Somebody who's like physically young, my gorgeous Capricornius, or it's gonna be somebody who is maybe like a younger spirit, maybe an older person, but that person has got a really young spirit, It really depends. It's somebody who you're really fond of, and it's somebody who you really love, and it's one of the main people in your life. It's one of the people that mean to you the most, okay? Maybe it could even be a child if you've got your child. Maybe it could be a younger relative. Maybe it could be a younger friend. It really, really depends. But you are going to feel so proud of that person. There is something major going to happen in that person's life. I'm talking about this major achievement. And I know that you are so connected to that person because I know how much this is going to mean to you, because you're going to be like, woo, explode, my gorgeous Capricornius. You're going to explode because you're going to be so happy and you're going to be so excited. It's going to mean to you even more than it actually means to that person. So now now you just need to motivate that person to take things further. Okay, you need to motivate that person to take things further. It's not only about that major person in your life having this achievement and you're gonna feel so proud. My God, I can see you being happier than that person. What can I tell you? But now it's also your spiritual job and your spiritual duty to actually try to motivate this person to really kind of take things on the next level, because oh my God, something absolutely enormous is gonna come out of it. And that person, it's only like a halfway there, but that person stumbled upon like a little problem, little issue that I really pray to God it doesn't affect them in such a way where they are just unable to move forward with their life and with what exactly they're doing. There is something that I've heard about what brought them this achievement when it comes to taking things on the next level, and your spiritual duty is to kind of help them to liberate themselves from that, and to not allow them to that, not allow them for this, you know, to put them off from like kind of achieving something what only certain people in this world seriously are able to achieve. You know, so this is gonna lead towards like an absolutely mega mind-blowing achievement, and be something that lots of people don't achieve in their lifetime, you know. But the bigger outcome is the greater challenge, you know, we have to deal with. But you are somebody who can help this person snap out of it. So it's not only being happy for this person's achievement, but it's also like, baby, you just need to make sure that that person understands that they're halfway there, that you know, we are talking about someone amazing, we are talking about someone special, we are talking about someone really, really talented, you know. So this is why this is going to be so important. And just remember, baby, just remember that, you know, the reason why am I talking about it for so long about this particular person is because it's to do with somebody who you love dearly and who mean to you so much, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. And also when it comes to the first part of this week, you are going to have a brilliant idea. Listen to me very carefully. Tan, tan, tan. You are going to have a brilliant idea when it comes to the first part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians. And this brilliant idea, it's really a lot to do with something that, you know, this brilliant idea, it's really a lot to do with you. Maybe you had certain problems with the finances, maybe you had some kind of financial problems, or maybe this is to do with some kind of a debt or something like that. You know, this brilliant idea you're going to have, it's going to be connected to your financial situation, to your finances, you know, and this particular idea, it's going to be rewarding for you. Very rewarding, because, you know, it's not only about having a problem when it comes to finances or some kind of a financial problem, but this is also going to resolve quite a few different issues in your life at the same time that have been like kind of affecting you in such a way where you couldn't start what you wanted to start at the time, you know, you wanted to start this. If that makes sense, you know. Do you know what I mean? So it's not only about having some kind of a financial problem or some kind of a financial issue, but it's more about other things that have been affected by it without you even realizing. So this is what you need to do. And I'm not saying necessarily that you had financial difficulties or financial problems, but please don't get me wrong. This could maybe be to do with a specific thing, some kind of a debt or something that you wanted to avoid or something you didn't want to think about, you know. But sometimes when it comes to certain debts and things like that, we can be rebellious, we can kind of ignore them, we can kind of try to avoid them, but sadly they're not only going to catch up with you at some point, but they are sadly going to grow into becoming even bigger things if we are avoiding them, if you know what I mean. So this is why this is important to take care of. So this brilliant idea that you are going to have, love, it's to do with the finances, okay? It's to do with the finances, and most importantly, this is indeed going to be very, very rewarding for you, my gorgeous Capricornius. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, you see, something is going to start this. There is something you are going to see, my gorgeous Capricornius, at around the beginning of this week, and it's really going to remind you of this specific person from your past. You know, I'm talking from the time, like a very long time ago. I'm talking when you were like maybe a child, for example. So someone is going to trigger this, you know. So you're going to see somebody who is going to remind you of somebody from your childhood, okay? And this in itself is gonna make you think and focus on this certain, you know, aspect of your life from a very, very long time ago. And one thing is gonna lead into another. There are lots of things and places and people you will be remembering. A lot is gonna be on your mind. And the more you remember, my gorgeous Capricornius, the more you're gonna dive into this beautiful dimension where you're not there to kind of be just reminded of certain things, but you're gonna have a really pleasant feeling, you know, you're gonna feel really good. And it's the more you think, the more you're gonna realize that there are certain things in life that you are missing out on, and there are certain things in life that you are missing, you know, and this is the time when you really need to be honest with yourself, my gorgeous Capricornius, what this is, because it's just something that, you know, maybe it's to do with a certain lifestyle, maybe it's to do with you living in a certain way, maybe it's to do with you living in a certain area, maybe it's to do with you living like a more simple like kind of life, you know, it really depends. You need to be honest with yourself, because this time of your life, it's absolutely crucial, you know, when it comes to what exactly is missing in your life. And this is gonna be an important moment, because you can also ignore this. Again, the same situation like before is to do with your karma, so you can ignore this, you know, like kind of as much as you like, but the more you ignore it, I suppose the more you are gonna be reminded of this, and you will realize, you know, it's not only about realizing what's missing in your life, and it's to do with your childhood. Listen, it could be with the certain lifestyle, it could be like the area you lived in, maybe you were, you know, living in a certain place, you know, it all depends. And now this is going to be highlighted, your eyes are going to be open, there is no doubt about it whatsoever. And you're also gonna realize, you know what, that actually you are able to do this. And I know, because after that moment in time, I can see you speaking to somebody really wise, really beautiful. Somebody is like really beautiful and wise you will be speaking to, and that particular person that you will be speaking to, it's not only beautiful and wise, but that particular person for some reason has got like a kind of experience with whatever you're going to be talking about. You know, this person is going to be someone who is experienced in life, you know, with life in general, but especially when it comes to the specific subject, you will know that you're speaking to somebody who is very experienced, and that person is also like kind of going to give you like a really wise advice as well, that you should actually do this, you should actually go for it. And for some reason you're going to realize as well after that conversation that you've got everything you actually need to do this, not only to do this, but to make this happen really, really quickly. Because again, I see this beautiful white bunny, and the beautiful white bunny or a beautiful white rabbit, it's representing something good, something brilliant, something positive, something exciting, something that's going to change our life, and most importantly, something that's going to change our life really, really quickly. Just remember, beautiful white rabbit, a white rabbit, it's symbolizing positivity, beauty, a powerful moment, but also rabbit is jumping really fast, which means that you're actually gonna, you know, this is actually gonna happen pretty quickly. My gorgeous Capricornius, indeed, you know that this is gonna change your whole quality of life. And you know, it's to do with you realizing which change is like absolutely imminent for you to make, and it's going to change your whole quality of your life really, really quickly. You will realize that, you know, I think that this is going to, whatever this is going to unfold really quickly, and you will realize like, oh my God, I can't believe that, you know, I lived my life without having this in my life, for example, for so long. So you really are going to reconnect with yourself in such a beautiful way indeed. And you will see also, when you realize this, my gorgeous Capricornians, how much more spiritual you're actually going to become as well. And this is all, this is another important sign that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. And also, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, this is absolutely brilliant. I like this so much. You know, my gorgeous Capricornians, I don't know how to explain this, but you will realize you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel really proud of yourself, because it's all going to start with this news and this message you're going to have. This is really going to surprise you. This news and this message you're going to have, it's really going to surprise you. It's going to be one of the most unexpected things ever. You will see that you gave birth that you gave birth to something so beautiful. Listen to me very carefully. This is going to be really gorgeous, surprising message. This is going to blow you away, because you will realize that you gave birth to something very, very special. The beginning of a really beautiful stage, the beginning of a really beautiful journey. This beautiful message is going to be like one of the most amazing confirmations you had in a very, very long time. You will feel proud of yourself, you will feel really good, you will feel really optimistic, and you will know it exactly which aspect of your life a rather successful foundations have already been laid. Oh my God, not only this is going to be highly transformative time, not only this is going to start the beginning of such a beautiful transformation, my gorgeous Capricornians, but you're also going to set the boundaries right now. You are going to set the boundaries by taking this very seriously. You don't even need to take this very seriously. You only need to acknowledge this aspect of your life in such a way where you really need to kind of be proud of yourself here, because this is the beginning of something really, really special indeed. Just remember, you will realize what exactly you gave birth to. You will realize exactly which aspect of your life, you know, with which aspect of your life these successful foundations have been laid. This is the beginning of a really beautiful transformation where you are gonna set such a healthy boundaries. On one hand, you will know what you don't want to do anymore, what you need to move away from, what you need to walk away from. This is a healthy boundary, baby. And on another hand, you will also know what to give your full attention to, and you're doing the right thing, because you're just gonna do something that, you know, makes you feel so inspirational. You know, you will give yourself to the right thing because you're following your inspiration. Absolutely brilliant. And this whole situation, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's also going to really turn your life around almost instantly, because you will see, you will almost instantly have a completely different perspective on what do you need to kind of compromise right now, what do you need to compromise immediately. And I say you are immediately gonna have this completely different perspective on what do you need to compromise immediately, because if you heard about what you're going to realize you need to compromise right now immediately, if you became aware of this only like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, you will be like, no baby, no, you are crazy, what you're talking about. But now you see, this is the power of this situation, this is the power that I'm talking about. So that's why I'm saying that you're going to have a completely different perspective on which compromise do you need to make. And this is going to be ridiculously wise, because if you don't, you will realize what you need to compromise in order to take this further. You will realize this, and the moment you do this, and if you don't do this compromise, you would never end up having you would never end up having this such an important negotiation, which is going to happen before the end of this week. Because of this compromise, this compromise is going to lead towards this really, really successful negotiation you wouldn't otherwise have. Okay, so you're gonna gain even more out of it. And when it comes to this successful negotiation, not only you are gonna benefit from it, but it's also those people that are very close to you are also gonna benefit from this successful negotiation, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. And also, what else I was going to say, in between the midweek and towards the end of this week, you are gonna have this very strong connection to herbs again. Very strong connection to herbs, and whichever herb you feel a strong connection to, please, you need to understand that your body needs this in order to heal. So it's not only you're gonna feel a very strong connection to nature in general, not only you're gonna feel a very strong connection to animals in general, but it's specifically to do with herbs. And there is one particular herb, again, you're gonna feel so drawn to. And this is going to be your sign that you need to consume this herb, for example. So let's say that if you're drawn to like echinacea, then that means that, I suggest you to consume this herb. Like you consume this herb, for example, and this herb is going to be so beneficial to boost your immune system. Okay, so it really depends what exactly you're going to feel drawn to. You need to consume this. If you can consume that particular herb, of course you can consume this. But then on another hand, it's also to do with the healing, a very specific aspect of you as well. Okay, so this is what I need you to remember. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to the last part of this week, it's like a base. When it comes to the last part of this week, you are going to have such a beautiful and positive spiritual experience. You are going to have such a positive spiritual experience at around the end of this week. It's going to be you and it's going to be somebody else. It's not only you, but it's going to be somebody else around you. And you're both, it is to do with somebody who knows you really well. And it is to do with somebody who knows you really well. You get on with this person and you understand a lot about each other. So I suppose this could be anybody, but it's somebody who you feel really comfortable about, and both of you are going to have such a beautiful spiritual experience that this is going to be quite surprising, but at the same time, both of you are going to gain something completely different out of it. You will realize that person will know what they need to do after that spiritual experience. Something is going to happen, something really beautiful to both of you. And again, I feel like this spiritual experience is going to change your life forever, and this spiritual experience is going to change that person's life forever. But both of you are going to come out of it different in such a way where you will realize what you need to do after that moment in time, and that person will realize what they need to do, and these two things are going to be completely different. But that doesn't matter whatsoever, because we are all so similar, but then we are all so different. We all have our things to deal with. We all have our challenges, our ventures. We all have our specific spiritual journey to follow. So this is important to remember. After this spiritual experience, you will realize that there is a very brave, what you need to do. You will realize, oh my God, I really immediately need to go and speak to this particular person. You will want, it's to do with reconciliation. You will want to go and sort out some problem in between you and somebody else, something that started recently, something that started not that long ago, a little problem in between you and somebody else. Now it's a crucial step. Maybe you had a bit of a bickering, a bit of a negativity in between each other, but it is to do with somebody beautiful, it is to do with somebody gorgeous, it is to do with somebody who I really like personally. I would like this person a lot. So you will be reminded of this. Some kind of a negative stage started in between you and somebody else who mean to you so much, you know, and you mean a lot to that person. You know, maybe you were going through certain things at that time, that person was going through certain things at that particular time, and boom, you had some kind of a little clash, you know. So you're gonna realize, oh my God, after this beautiful experience, how important this person is to you, and I love you for this so much. And you will want to have this reconciliation, and you will immediately want to sort the problem out in between you and that person. You really should do this. Oh my God, this is gonna be such a beautiful moment, you know, for both of you, because that particular person is indeed meant to be in your life. Okay, absolutely brilliant. I do think that you're both gonna be so much happier, you know. And sometimes there are certain silly things that happen in between people, and they go on such a level, such a crazy level, and people had an argument about something so silly, so little, you know, and then people don't talk for like years, and then after these years, you know, people don't even remember what happened in the first place. Come on, you don't want this situation to go on something silly like that, especially when it comes to somebody who is meant to be in your life. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, at around the end of this week, you're gonna feel like so good, because you're gonna feel like your wish is coming true. You're finally going to feel like you are following a clear direction in life you should follow, okay? And there is a major choice you will make based on that. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week. I'm just going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Capricornius. Let's just see. Oh, you see this, like, you know, I need you to be very, very careful, because there is also going to be somebody who's going to be ridiculously pushy when it comes to this week. Somebody like, oh my God, you need to be so smart. It's going to seem too good to be true. Someone is going to be offering you something is going to be someone is going to be so pushy, and it's going to happen at a time where it's going to be kind of so unexpected. You know, so maybe you're gonna find yourself being somewhere in some kind of a shop somewhere, and you know, you're gonna come across somebody who's extremely charming, somebody who's extremely good looking and things like that, and also somebody who's not really nice. And on another hand, you know, you are gonna be looking into buying something or doing something you wanted to buy, or you wanted to do, like buying something, I suppose, or doing something that you wanted to buy or do for a very long time, and something that you have been thinking about buying or doing for a very long time. So this person is going to appear absolutely out of nowhere, and is going to be offering you something based on what you wanted to do or buy for a very long time, but it's going to seem too good to be true. And I really need you to be strong. You know, I need you to be strong, because if you go for it, my gorgeous Capricornius, oh my God, you're gonna regret, and you will know that this person is gonna be so pushy, very charming, really good looking, but something is gonna be really wrong when it comes to that person's energy, and you're super intuitive, and that's why I need you to like kind of turn your spidey senses on, my gorgeous Capricornius, and avoid this at all costs. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.